If you can build automations but you can't sell them, then stay with me in the next couple minutes because I'm about to show you exactly why. And before we jump in, let me show you why you should listen to me in the first place. So my name is Surab and I started an AI automation company in Berlin. And over the past couple years, I have served multiple small to mid-sized businesses. I generated tons of case studies and ultimately sold about 300,000 in AI automation and transformation projects. At the same time, I started a YouTube channel where I was also sharing all my experience about selling and building these AI automations. So let me show you why most technical people are not making money right now. And this is based on hundreds of conversations I've had with technical people who either joined my free communities or the paid ones. So there are basically 5 pitfalls that people fall under. The first one is the learning loop, and this is the most common one. Technical people love to learn new stuff. However, sometimes they do it too much where they keep learning new tool, new framework, or even build a lot of platforms and products without even finding customers first. And this is the most common loop. And I was also a victim of this loop where I started learning make.com, then jumped to N8N. Then I learned 3 or 4 chatbot platforms that I can build chatbots for people, but I never got my first customer. The second issue that they face is that they don't have feedback. Most of the stuff that they do, they maybe go to their room, they program certain things, send a bunch of emails or create some content, and they don't get this feedback. Or the feedback loop is just so long that it takes them a couple months before they realize whether they're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And even worse, they are relying entirely on AI to give them that feedback. The third issue that I see is that most of them don't even know how to sell. So even if they get a discovery call or a sales call, they don't know how to close the deals and they end up being either ghosted or forgotten. The fourth issue that they see is that they don't know how to market their service. Maybe they know how to do sales, but they don't know where to get customers. And they ended up wasting their time on activities that doesn't really push the needles. And finally, a very big issue is the shiny object syndrome, which is they start doing something, let's say offering AI automations for a certain niche, and then they quit too early and they jump to another niche or another offer. And they keep doing this loop and ending up offering 10 different services and not even landing a single customer with any of these services. So if any of these stuck with you, don't worry because I have a very good solution that would help you fix that problem. And I'm saying this because I was suffering from exactly these 5 things and I thought I was special because I was suffering from them while everybody else was succeeding online. But then I noticed these things are not special. Everybody are facing these challenges in a certain point of their career. So here's what I changed that made me get these really good results. First thing first, which I stuck with one thing for a very long time. And for me, that was YouTube. So I stuck to YouTube, even though in the beginning it wasn't working so much. I was just posting constantly, and that became my lead gen channel. And with YouTube, I learned how to market my services. But not only that, but I didn't do anything else. I didn't do LinkedIn, I didn't do outbound, I didn't do anything else. Just one marketing channel, and I stuck with it for a year, which made me master it well enough to generate consistent flow of leads and get the 300K that I mentioned. The second thing that I did is I decided to not learn any new tools or tech unless a customer forced me to learn something new. So for me, the choice for the technology, I used N8N and I learned some simple databases like Supabase, and this became the tech stack that I would build many automations for customers using just that, especially in the period where people saying N8N is dead and just use Cloud Code, etc. I did not switch. I didn't start offering open claw services or any crazy stuff when they were trending online. And the third thing that I did is that I joined a community in Berlin, which helped me become more accountable. I was meeting with a small group of entrepreneurs where we were pushing each other never to quit and keep doing stuff on a daily basis. For example, creating content on it every single day or sending outreach emails, especially when things got difficult and we wanted to quit or pivot to something else. And also I started joining conferences, which again helped my personal brand, and I got many leads from these conferences. And for the feedback loop, I hired a mentor who was doing almost 10x what I was doing to teach me what I should do and what to focus on. And this mentor has helped me make a lot of business decisions that ended up making me the results that I achieved. So the reason I'm mentioning all of these is that I created an online version of exactly what helped me achieve these results. And this is the community that you see here. So let me show you what you'll find inside the community if you decide to join us. So let's talk about some of the wins of the early members who joined my community. For example, Leonardo landed his first 3 months retainer within a couple weeks of joining the community. Ved landed 2 retainers as well, also a couple weeks after he joined the community. Kip managed to get also a sales call with a customer, and now he's working on closing this customer. The same is for Joel, who also landed a sales call with an actual mid-sized company, starting from absolute scratch. Not only that, but some of the members started to refer customers to each other, and they were collaborating on selling these customers together. And one of the most fun things in this community is this monthly accountability challenge, where people have to do every single day a certain activity, including myself, which is either recording content, sending Upwork proposals, or sending cold emails. You can choose your weapon and you will stick to it for 30 days, and you will perform the tasks every single day and update in the community, either using a video or using a screenshot. Not only this, but inside the community, you will get courses about the fundamentals of AI consulting, how to run AI audits. You will build a portfolio and build reliable AI systems, which nobody speaks about online. How to run evaluations on AI systems, how to put guardrails for AI systems as well, so AI doesn't get hacked or hallucinates. How do you define your customers? How do you run sales calls? How do you price your services well? And how do you stand out and focus on your value proposition so you don't compete on cheap prices, but you show expertise and land small to mid-sized customers? We also have weekly coaching sessions where I personally go through problems and discuss these with you. But of course, every single day, the people create posts and tag me with them, and I record either a short message answer or video answering their requests. For example, the last video I made, which was a roast on Upwork for someone who asked for it, and I give him a very detailed feedback on what he needs to improve in his Upwork profile to land more customers. One of the main objections that I hear about people wanting to join this community is that they have a 9-to-5 job and they are unsure whether they have enough time to start this business. In my opinion, having a 9-to-5 is actually a super weapon for 2 reasons. First of all, you are not desperate for money. So every time you approach a sales discussion, you have a different aura about yourself and you don't come across desperate, and you land even much higher projects, believe me. And the second thing about having 9-to-5, it is force you to prioritize your work in a really good way, which end up you abandoning a lot of the tasks that are just time wasters, like readjusting your website for the 10th time, and you focus on the 1 or 3 activities that matters the most, and you start thinking about hiring much faster. For example, when I had a limited time, I immediately hired an editor and I stopped doing all the editing for me, and that was a massive leverage that I had. Probably, if I didn't have that limitation, I would have been editing my videos by myself. Now, the second hesitation that I hear from people is that they are skeptical about coaching in general. And I totally get it, because I was super skeptical in the beginning until the moment that I start paying for coaching. And in the last year, I paid 3 times for coaches, 1 for YouTube coach, 1 time for relationship coach, and the 3rd time was for a business coach. And every time I did one of these things, my life or relationship or business has literally 10x'd the moment I start the coaching. And the moment I joined the business coaching and my coach asked me to post 1 YouTube video per day, you can see how the graph just went exponential up. So honestly, after these 2 experiences, I went from being skeptical to a total believer. So if you're happy with what you've heard so far and you would like to join us on this journey and join this community, then click the Start Free Trial button. Join me and other entrepreneurs wanting to improve their lives and start building automations for real companies. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on the inside.